welcome to episode 119 of Riding with Tim. On my way again. Having a good morning. Running just a hair this morning, just a hair. Praying I don't have nothing to do today. Today is the last day of a work week for me. So, and it's a good one. So today I'm gonna talk about solutions. I think I've talked about this before, but I think it needs to be touched on again. There are a lot of people in this world who are great at pointing out how can I say it? They're great at pointing out problems, but they cannot work their way through that problem solution. If that makes sense. A lot of people, hello. Hello, you all. Yes, we are drinking fish pee. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So, I guess what I'm saying is don't be that person that can point the finger so quickly and you can find the problem. If you're that person that can find the problem, you should be also that person that's trying to fix the problem. If that makes sense. Hi. It should be, I was going through usually it's a bad spot for me as far as signal. So hopefully it's getting better. Is it getting better? But yes, just be the person that is willing to find a solution to the problem instead of the person that's always wanting to point out the problem and then expect somebody else to fix it. Um, that's truly annoying. I know solutions aren't always easy to come by, but if you work at it, you can find a compromise. You can find a solution. That's for sure. And I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. Once again, commenting, taking the time to say hi. Tomorrow, an episode of Wayland Enterprises Live will be on. I'm going to say probably around about 9 o'clock. I'm going to go pick up my home inspector, and he is going to help us out with some personal projects. So, hoping that you all can join us. Got him. Oh, ran over the squirrel. So, as far as the business goes, I got to do some extensive research today. I got a business strategy that I'm not very, I'm going to be transparent, I'm not really familiar with. And thank you for the like. So I am going to research this strategy, make sure that I can do it right. The strategy is the main reason why I'm pursuing a house right now. If I can't do this strategy correctly, then there's no reason for me to purchase the house. So I'm really hoping that I can get it down. I've called a few of my mentors, and they're not familiar with the strategy. So I'm going to do some research myself. I got to know. So the main thing about my line of business is knowing the laws in your state. Okay, there are certain states that will allow certain things, and she looked like a squirrel killer. I better stop. But anyway, there are certain states that will not. So I want to research the laws in my state to see if this strategy will work, if it's allowed, and if it's allowed, that's going to be great. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and tell you all the strategy. The strategy is rent to own. So there are different types and variations of this. You got contract for deed, you got lease with an option to buy, and then you have rent to own. I am familiar with the contract for deed. That's not something I want to do. I'm familiar with the lease with an option to buy. That is a possibility. Really don't want to do that either, but it is a possibility. If rent to own is what I think it is, then that's my best option. So I want to see how that works. And with that type of owner financing product, if I can offer it, that would help a lot of people get past the red tape of trying to own a house. Of course, you know, you want to look up people's credit history and all that stuff too, but at the same time, if you can get a decent down payment, if somebody's willing to pay a down payment, no more likely they're not getting ready to screw you over. I mean, they're serious. So that's one of the things that you would definitely have to secure as a down payment. And then just take it from there. All right, folks, I'm definitely running late. I gotta get going. Kind of wanted to stop and get me a bite or get me a drink or something, but I ain't gonna have time. Over there. Ooh, military guys. Jeez. I think driving eludes people. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am at 2569 right now. One more subscriber will put me at 70. So that's going to be great. This is going to be the last day of the work week. Thank you, Lord. I'm so happy to get through it. I don't know about y'all, but I can remember my journey into adulthood, and I couldn't wait to get a job. Start making some money and whatnot. Now I'm just like, I've got almost 30 years in of service, man, and I still got about 18 left to go. So, yeah, I am trying to work my tail off in the company, and so it can. It can help me retire for good. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Alright, gang, I believe this is where I'm ready to end this live. Thank you all for keeping me company. Thank you guys for, like I said, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing, being polite. Just thank you for all that stuff. Thank you guys, and I pray that you all have a blessed day. That everything goes your way today. Thank you guys again for everything, okay? All right, love you guys.